Greetings! In this episode we will introduce Crystal, a statically typed and compiled language. Learn how to install, compile and run a simple program. So first of all, what is Crystal? Crystal is a language with a syntax heavily inspired by Ruby, with a focus on programmer happiness. Even if Crystal can compile some simple Ruby programs, keep in mind that it is an entirely different language. Unlike Ruby or JavaScript, which are interpreted languages, Crystal is a compiled language, making it much faster and with a lower memory footprint. Under the hood, it uses LLVM for compiling to native code. Crystal is also statically typed, which means that the compiler will help you catch type errors in compile time. But more on this later. Let's now dive straight into installing Crystal. We will install Crystal in macOS using Homebrew, but as you can see, there are also instructions for Debian, CentOS, and other Linux distributions. Installing Crystal on Mac is as easy as installing the Crystal Lang Homebrew package. After installation, we can test that it installs successfully. Now we'll write a simple Hello World program. We can run it by passing the file to the command Crystal. Under the hood, this is compiling our program to a binary and running it. We can do each of those steps separately. First, let us compile the program. As we can see, there is a Hello World executable, and then we can just run it. This binary already has all of its required dependencies embedded, so we can easily copy it to any other machine with the same architecture and run it there, making deployment a very easy task. Speaking of deployment, we can also compile our program in release mode, which takes longer to compile, but enables several optimizations that greatly increase its speed in runtime for production. Now, since we're working with this very small program, we won't notice any differences. Let's set up the scaffolding for a larger project. This will create the basic structure for a full-blown project with an already initialized Git repository, license, and README files. It also comes with stub for tests and the shard YAML for describing the project and managing dependencies. These dependencies are also known as shards. As a very quick example, let's add the faker shard, which generates random names. We install the dependencies listed running Crystal deps. Now, we can require the library and use it from our code. And if we run our project, so now that you know how to install Crystal and create and run your first project, in the next chapter we will get started with the language basics. See you then!